Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Arina Mark, psychotherapist, astrologer, and believer in absolute, complete healing for everybody. Today, I want to talk to you about one very, very important principle. Principle of combining absolute hope that you will prevail and at the same time looking absolutely clearly and brutally in the eyes of reality. This combination of absolute hope and clear assessment of reality can be, in many cases, literally, physically life-saving. How? How can this visible paradox of hope and reality can save lives? We'll talk about now. Let me read you a quote which was coined by American Admiral Jim Stockdale. So the quote reads just like that. This is a very important lesson. You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you can never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be. And this principle, which called now Stockdale paradox, literally saved Admiral Jim Stockdale's life. How? Jim Stockdale was one of the highest ranking military officer and who became a prisoner during the Vietnam War. He was tortured over 20 times in his 8 years imprisonment. So he lived out the war without any prisoner's right, with no release date, and with no real certainty that he will ever survive or see his family again. But he did survive, and he lived a beautiful and productive life after his release. So what was the difference between him and the other people who were captured with him who did not survive? His combination of hope and reality. He noticed that many people who were with him were died during certain times of the year, and this time of the year were attached to holidays. So what was happening? During the holidays, or before the holidays, people will start getting hope. They will start saying, oh, I know Thanksgiving is coming, or Christmas is coming. We're definitely, absolutely, definitely going to be released at these times. And then Christmas will roll by. Thanksgiving will roll by. Nothing will happen. For a week or two, or for a month, people will still have hope. They will say, well, maybe people on the holidays, maybe they're drafting the release paperwork, and then in a month or two, nothing will happen. And people will physically die from dashed hopes. And this type of death around big holidays, or death around some hope, was also noticed by other writers who survived either Holocaust or survived Stalin's concentration camp. So this phenomenon is very real. We can really die from unfulfilled hopes. And this unbased hopes with certain timing around them, comes from not clear assessment of reality and from creating the false beliefs about reality. Okay? So how do we transform this survival strategy in a practical sense in the real life? So here is an example, and I will give you, after this, I'll give an example, talk about it, and then I will give you 3 steps of how you can manage your life during critical events. And actually, you can apply the same exact principle during not so critical events too. But let's talk about, say, you losing your job you really loved, and there is no other prospects. So, how do we apply Stockdale paradox in this situation? First part, I have an utmost hope. I cannot afford to lose a hope that I absolutely will find a great job. Okay, so that's up to us. First step one, keeping hope. Step two, here is the modifying paradox a bit with the practical applications. Say in the Stockdale case, nothing they could do but wait. But in the case of a losing job, there is an integral second part, my efforts. So I have hope, second part. I am putting all the efforts I can into networking, going online, filing applications, all this good stuff to find a job. Okay? But the second part, as far as when this new job will happen and how exactly it will happen. Would I find it through networking? Would somebody just call me out of the blue? Would my application get picked up? I don't know. I'm releasing that. So we're concentrating on what is up to us. Up to us is to make a decision. I'm going to hope. Up to us is make a decision. I'm going to release an outcome. Up to us is put our efforts into achieving the desired outcome. But letting outcome go of how and when, that is also up to us. Outcome is not up to us. Okay? So 3 steps. Hope, efforts, release of timing, and release of how the outcome will happen. So let's say, just another example, we're diagnosed with a serious critical illness. It might be easy to give up and say, I'm not going to do anything, I'm going to die anyway, so what's the point? And we have a free will, we can do that. But if we're not ready to go, and again, honestly, dying or not dying is not up to us. Sometimes it just happens. Just like in the Stockdale's case. He had no idea if he will be killed there, if he ever going to be released, but he knew that to give himself, the best chance to survive is to hope. So in the case of critical illness, let's say we're making a decision. We're literally just making a decision. I am believing, I'm absolutely believing that I'm going to live through that and get cured. Okay, go in remission. This is undeniable. I'm choosing to have this belief. Okay, if this actually happens or not is not up to us, but I'm choosing to have this belief. Okay. Second part, what is up to me, I am putting all my efforts into finding doctors, into doing whatever I'm doing holistically or mainstream medicine wise to find this cure, okay? But I am releasing the timing of when it will happen, okay? And how, okay? Same exact 3 steps. I have a hope, that's my decision. My decision to put my efforts into cure, and my decision to release the timing and the way how the outcome happens. Okay, 3 steps, and you can literally apply these 3 steps into any situation in life. Okay, here in the end, I want to read you a couple of more very important quotes about hope. And these quotes come up from Elie Wiesel, who is Romanian-born American writer, Nobel Prize laureate, who wrote 57 books. And one of those books, one of the very important books, was called a tiny little book, which called Night. And that is the book about his time in a concentration camp where he was put as a 14-year-old teenager and where half of his family perished. So what's Elie Wiesel is saying? In the beginning, there was faith, which is childish, trust, which is vain, and illusion, which is dangerous. And here he's talking about the blind faith like people who died in Stockdale's captivity, faith which had timing to it, faith that didn't have any backbone to it. Okay? And then Wiesel continues in a different quote from the same book. There is a long road of suffering ahead of you, but don't lose courage. You've already escaped the greatest danger, selection. Selection meaning you either get killed on a spot or sent to burn in an oven. So you already escaped death, immediate death. So, continues Wiesel's quote, so now, master your strengths and don't lose heart. We shall all see the day of liberation. Have faith in life. Above all, have faith. Dry out despair, and you will keep death away from yourselves. With this, I would love you to have the faith, to faith that you will prevail in the end. Drive out despair, have faith, but look reality straight in the eyes. With that, I will leave you, my dears. And if you want to learn more about me or working with me, click the link in the banner, go to my website, irinamark.com. And I will see you soon with all my love and hope in the bright future. See you soon.